Ethan Parker was your average 20-year-old college student living in downtown Chicago. He studied computer science at a mid-tier university, stayed up too late coding or watching documentaries, and drank too much gas station coffee. On the outside, everything looked fine, but on the inside, Ethan was falling apart. His grades were slipping. He felt like an imposter surrounded by students who seemed smarter, faster, more focused. His scholarship was hanging by a thread, and worse, he had no idea what he wanted to do with his life. He used to dream of building apps that changed the world, but now he just hoped to survive the semester. Late one night, sitting alone in the campus library, Ethan stared at his laptop screen. Nothing made sense. He felt like a failure. Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I'm just lost. The next morning, after skipping class, Ethan scrolled mindlessly through his phone. That's when he saw a post from a student group. Coding for change. Create something that matters. 24-hour hackathon this weekend. At first, he scrolled past, but something about it made him pause. What if this is my chance? He had no team, no confidence, no clue what he'd build, but he registered anyway. The night before the hackathon, doubt crept in like a storm. You're going to embarrass yourself. Everyone else is better than you. Drop out now and save yourself the shame. He hovered over the cancel registration button. Then he remembered something his mom used to say. You don't need to see the whole staircase, Ethan. Just take the first step. So he didn't cancel. He packed his laptop, a hoodie, and 2 energy drinks, and showed up the next morning. At the hackathon venue, a sleek tech space in the city, Ethan felt like a tiny fish in a shark tank. Teams were already huddled up, sketching ideas on whiteboards. Just as he was about to retreat, someone tapped his shoulder. Hey, you solo? Asked a girl with a warm smile. We've got 2, need a third. I'm Zoe, that's Malik. Without thinking, Ethan said yes. Zoe was a design major, with a brain full of wild ideas. Malik was a quiet genius, with a passion for social change. They clicked instantly. Their goal: build an app that helps homeless shelters connect in real time to share resources, blankets, food, beds. Zoe looked at Ethan and said, You good with the back end? He gulped. Yeah, I'll figure it out. The next 24 hours were a whirlwind of coffee, code, crashes, and laughter. They hit bugs, argued over features, pushed through frustration. But something happened to Ethan he hadn't felt in months. Purpose. For the first time in a long time, he wasn't trying to prove he was good enough. He was just trying to build something that mattered. When it came time to pitch, they demoed their app, Link Up, to a room full of judges and tech mentors. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. The next day, Ethan got an email. You've been nominated for the Civic Tech Grant. Apply to develop your project further. He felt a spark of something he thought he'd lost, belief. But then came the tests. His midterms were a disaster. His professor accused him of plagiarism on a paper, a false alarm, but terrifying. His dad called, saying they couldn't help with next semester's tuition. Everything hit at once. Doubts came flooding back. Maybe the hackathon was just a fluke. Maybe he really wasn't cut out for this. One rainy night, Ethan sat in the same library, staring at the same blinking cursor. Only this time, he wasn't thinking about quitting school. He was thinking about quitting everything. Tears welled up. He buried his face in his hoodie and whispered, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Suddenly, a message popped up on his laptop screen. It was from Malik. Hey, I submitted our project to the city startup incubator. They want to talk to us. You in? That simple message felt like someone tossing him a lifeline in the middle of the ocean. He wiped his eyes. I'm in. Months later, Ethan stood on a stage at a tech summit. He, Zoe, and Malik had officially launched LinkUp, now partnered with 5 shelters across the city. The mayor had even praised their work. Ethan wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he wasn't lost anymore. He had purpose, direction, and most importantly, he had not given up. Ethan still had bad days. He still struggled sometimes, but every time doubt crept in, He thought back to that moment in the library, the moment he chose not to cancel, the moment he said yes, even when he was scared, the moment he realized that being lost didn't mean being finished. Now Ethan mentors other students, those feeling stuck, lost, unsure of themselves. He tells them, you don't have to have it all figured out, just take one step forward, keep moving, even when it's dark, even when it's hard. And so, Ethan's story comes full circle, not as someone who had it easy, but as someone who kept going. The moral: never give up. Not because success is guaranteed, but because the journey itself will shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more alive than you ever imagined. So, if you feel lost right now, watch this, remember Ethan, and keep going.